we're talking about methods for killing yourself.
That was a joke.
Did you know
Twitch
that
TOS, that was a joke.
with 8 packets of sulfurium chloride, which I definitely did not just make up, you can inhale them through your rectum, and then if you drink a small glass of milk after that, followed by a slightly larger glass of lead, you need a ratio of about 5 to 4 for that. Then I don't know what will happen, actually, at all. What are we talking about?
So we are talking about two very special rom-coms today. Very, very
We're also
special.
playing video games. This is new.
For sure. And, yeah, that's what we're doing. It's pretty exciting. So can you tell, the stream, or I guess me, what we've been playing lately? Or what have we been watching?
We've been watching Murder Miners. It's an excellent rom-com. Newest series by Shaft, actually. You should check it out. It's gonna run fall 2020, or you can just watch it right here.
Indeed. So how would you prefer to get this started?
Okay, so legit, we watched Tsurezure Children and Ore Monogatari.
Right. So as a start, how many episodes of each did you watch?
1.
Okay.
Who would have seen that coming? That's not a trend.
I don't know.
I don't know. You just killed me for that. Okay. So you can learn a lot about how shit something is just by waiting a single day, you know?
Just by waiting a single day? What do you mean by that?
That is not what I meant to say. But that's probably true too.
Is this why you don't watch seasonal anime?
You know what I meant, you know? This is why you don't play video games while talking at the same time.
I feel like this is working just perfectly. So what did you... Let's start with the basic introduction. You've got your Tsurezure. Which did you watch first?
Hold on. Did you know you can lunge in this game? Holy shit.
I did not.
If you double tap the sprint button... That's cool as shit. You can also, like, lunge diagonally, maybe. No, you can't do diagonally. No. You just killed yourself. Okay, what were you asking?
So, which one did you watch first? Was it Tsurezure, Tsundere Children, or was it Ore Monogatari?
I watched Ore Monogatari because it was alphabetically faster.
Are you sure about that?
Yes? What? Why would I not be sure about that?
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
So you watched Ore Monogatari, right?
Completely wrong in any instance. Sorry, what?
So you watched Ore Monogatari, right? You just sort of went out after it and you just took it upon yourself to watch it. I dig it. And the first episode is not that impressive, personally speaking, but it's quite a ride.
It was hard to sit through.
It was hard to sit through.
Like, in particular, halfway through the scene, the main character grabs this groper on the subway, and then everything points to this guy turning out to be the character's father or some shit.
Wait, what? Can you elaborate on that?
It was really fucking cringy, and then that didn't happen, and it was really weird.
There's nothing about that scene that suggests he's the father. Dude, what's up?
Okay, that was a very I said or some shit. That was very specific. More specific than any suggestion. But, like, there was no actual indication that he was groping.
I mean, there was, sort of. No?
So everything we learned up to that point. Okay, you know what? We should back up.
Yeah, let's back up to the beginning.
So the main character is supposed to, like, be shit at, like, everything, basically.
Right.
Like completely socially illiterate.
Wait,
You
wait,
know,
why?
the usual anime character. What do you mean why?
Are you sure about that?
I have no idea. I just went into
Did
it
you
assuming it
actually
was an anime.
did you
If
actually
it's an
watch
anime,
it?
then dude, he's like 10 feet tall, man. Like therefore he's
Yeah.
socially illiterate, of course.
See, I mean, like, yeah, okay, I get the connection, right? But I don't think he's completely socially illiterate. I think the entire
Okay, no,
his conclusion in
he
the
is.
at the end is that he's not. You wouldn't say that he's socially illiterate because of that. He's just a misunderstanding. You know, he picks up on subtle social cues.
Dude, we're jumping around way too much. We really need to explain what the fuck we're talking about.
All right, so let's start from the beginning. You've picked this up. You're watching it, right?
I
So,
don't even remember how it starts.
all right. So there's a school assembly, and then like you pan through the crowd. You've got all your normies there. You've got all your your tiny Japanese people, and then you come
They
up
are
to
very
this.
tiny.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
live in a town full of Chinese people now. Holy shit, everyone's so short.
And so here's the thing, you pan to the end, and here's what you see. You see the manliest dude you could ever imagine there, and he's crying his eyes out in the most exuberant, manly way possible. He's just bawling, you know. He's like, he's really saying it out. He's gonna go into high school next year. He's got it good, you know. He's figured it
He's
out.
cutting some onions.
Yeah, and that's our introduction to the character. Now, in like, I guess part of that same scene is like his introduction to his characters. He goes over to this girl. He's gonna like, dude, it's the last day I'm gonna confess to this girl.
He didn't just go over the girl. He fucking ran at the speed of light down the hallway and caused several black holes to appear behind him.
He's a manly man. It was the right thing to do. So he does
He's
this.
not just a manly man. He's the fucking Terminator.
I think. Look, it makes it even better. If this is a future Arnold Schwarzenegger, I dig it. So yeah, he goes over and he's like standing near this classroom door, and the doorway is too small for him, so he's like half his face is missing, and it's the most bizarre scene. It's like he's gonna confess to this girl.
Behind the top of the doorway, I want to point out.
Yeah, he's just so big. He doesn't hide. It's not like he's trying to hide. He would have hid there anyways. And so he's like there. The girl, he's gonna confess to her, and then boom, his best friend, his best buddy, his wonderful whatever, you know.
I called this guy the hottie.
The hottie. That's a good way to put
That's
it.
what I named him in my notes. I noted this, but I'm pretty sure they didn't say anyone's name before this. It was really confusing.
Yeah, and so he's like.
I never take notes of anyone's name anyway.
Yeah, and so essentially it's like, bam, the girl you're gonna confess to is confessed to by your best friend, and you know what? And you realize, and he's like, he seems broken up about it at first, right? And then bam, he goes into his backstory, and it's like, oh, this is a common thing for him, and it's it's a cute scene. It's a cute scene. Like they're walking home together. There's no hard feelings or anything. It's quite nice.
I've got some hard feelings about this game. Who the fuck is this guy?
KD ratio 520%. I don't know.
Anyway.
So, can we start the next one here?
Yeah, sure. Let's play this map.
Alright. So, he starts going, right? And, yeah, you see them walk home, and they're complete bros despite being completely different, right? It's pretty cute. So, the story so far, Jack, you agree with my account of it?
Yeah, seems legit.
So, yeah, so where did your problems with the show start? Because we have a pretty, like, interesting character from the beginning, I would say.
No, I didn't have any problems at the beginning. It was pretty alright to start.
Okay.
I mean, like, the gag wears off after a little bit, I guess, but
That he's big
it was
and...
there.
It wasn't that bad, right? It's pretty charming in a way.
I wouldn't call it charming, but it was there.
Okay.
Well, can we kill this guy first?
I mean, I'm trying to.
You wanna just gang up on this guy?
I feel like we still wouldn't beat him.
We'll
but-
still lose.
Yeah. So I mean, it's yeah. So I would personally call it charming, because I don't think that's a character we see very often. I think he's quite unique to that genre, instead of the dumb idiot that we usually have. Like, he's a pretty considerate guy compared to a lot of like others. You know, he doesn't hold grudges. He's just sort of. I mean, the beginning is pretty cliche and whatnot, but like.
This guy's fucking bouncing off of the walls.
Yeah.
How? What?
Can we get him? But anyways, yeah. So I don't know. Is the Groper scene directly after that?
I don't even remember, to be honest.
I think it is after that, because it's yeah. I don't know.
It was about 10 minutes in.
It was about like 7. Yeah, it was about 7 minutes in, I would say. And so, what do you remember at this point?
Wait, did that guy just fall out of nowhere to his death? What the fuck is going on? Is this guy hacking? Is this a dev? Is that a gravity gun? Oh! Oh! He's using the miner gun. Okay, sorry, what?
So we've gotten to the Groper scene. Is that where the problems start?
The Groper scene? Oh yeah, the Groper scene was like my only problem, to be honest.
Okay, so what was your big issue with it? Let's talk about it.
It just did not play out in any way that made any sense. So
Yeah.
So up until this point, the main character is played off as being this guy who's always fucked by life and by the story. So like everything he does pretty much doesn't work out for the
Yeah.
most part, aside from macho shit, evidently, and for obvious reasons.
Yeah. He's really good at being macho,
and,
but
and then this Groper scene happens, and it seems like it's being played out in a way that's gonna end with him getting fucked again.
yeah.
And then it doesn't at all.
Yeah. He sort of
Like it ends out like being exactly how it seemed.
yeah. I guess so.
It was like an anticlimax, pretty much. It felt bad because it felt like an anticlimax.
I see. So that was your big problem, was because it was an
It seemed like
anticlimax?
it was going to be really cringy, and then it was way more straight than anything in the series so far at that point.
Is that bad? Do you think?
Or I say in the series, I watched one episode. Holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. It's kind of a shorthand, if you will. But yeah. So yeah. So I mean, it's a. Would you, so. In terms of this scene, was it cringy, or like what was your big?
It seemed like it was going to turn out to have a really awful ending. Oh wait, there's miner guns on the ground. Oh shit. Oh, you can pick up the guns from the ground. Ooh. What are you doing? Okay. Okay.
So in terms of like okay, so after that point, right? So after that scene where where it turns out in a positive way, let's put it that way, which you thought was,
It did not seem like how it was gonna go, and it was really strange.
what well, you expected
Foreshadowing seemed to lead to that.
you expected him to like just completely get shut down there.
Dude, like I said, I expected this quote-unquote Groper to just turn out to be the girl's father, and that's the only reason he was standing close or something.
You wanted like a
And I
letdown.
legitimately thought that was going to happen.
You
And
wanted-
I was really confused when, like, he admitted to groping.
So you wanted a like for it
I
to
didn't
go
want that.
nowhere,
I just thought that's how it was gonna go down.
but you were disappointed that he was actually a bad guy.
I was just really confused because it was not the way it was leading us to believe. I don't know.
It subverted your
Maybe
expectations.
I'm just shit at understanding foreshadowing. Good.
I think that might be part of it. I think the funniest part of that was I think the funniest part of that scene was when when the guy talks back and then he just punches him in the mouth, almost killing the dude. It's pretty fucking crazy, dude.
Right in front of a cop. Oh man.
Yeah. He just
That
walks.
was kind of strange.
He like smashes him so hard he almost killed him, I think.
Like that was in character. That part made sense. But
No, but like
that everything I'd led to believe from the story so far at that point.
look, it's the one thing that like that's the one thing that's out of place, sort of. And so the next thing is like he's lounging around at home, right?
His really dirty home that's actually cleaner than my
Yeah,
place.
and so he goes over, right? He goes over to this, and this girl comes over, right? What did you think of that? Sort of like he's best friends with this completely out of place. Yeah?
It wasn't out of place, unlike the other one.
Alright.
It made sense.
So you're cool with that. That's pretty good.
That was fine.
I like it. Okay. And so
I invite people over to my place to make food all the time randomly anyway.
And so she gives him this cheesecake, right? Like the macho man that he is, he eats every single piece, right? Phenomenal storytelling. And then boom, you start to see, you get this sort of development going on, where he's like this misunderstanding, you know? And it's pretty crazy, right? Where it's like, where, take that. Yeah. So I thought that part was pretty neat, like, kind of cutesy. I think the size differential is like, one of the greatest, you know?
Yeah?
Parts of it, yeah, it's like ridiculous, right? It's absurdist in a way, I would say. But,
I
yeah.
mean, you say that, and then, like, living where I am right now, that's like every day for me. People are really short here.
I kind of want to see that. I feel like I'd fit right in.
I have met people under half my height and like 1.5 times my age.
That would be that's amusing to me. I'm a very easily amused dude. That sounds kind of fun. Cause I'm like, are we the same height?
You're like a centimeter and a half taller, I think.
Dude, that's pretty cool. But anyways, we should hang out sometime.
Finally sorted you.
Yeah, and so they go over to this park, and he's like, ooh, girl, right? You remember this part?
Yeah.
And they eat more cake, macaroons this time around, and they all look ridiculous with this large body.
He acts like a lunatic.
Yeah, he goes.
I want to point that out.
Yeah, he goes over. He's like,
crouches down in front of her, goes face to face, doesn't say anything, and then stands up, screams, "I have to go to the bathroom." Goes to the washroom, and then sticks his head under the tap and leaves it running for 3 minutes.
He's a psychopath, dude. He's like, he goes under the, he squares her down. And he doesn't say anything. It's so terrible.
I point out, I've never seen a bathroom tap like that in public.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Like, it's the sort of thing you see in a wood shop, maybe, or something. Or,
Yeah,
I guess not a tap in a wood
exactly.
shop.
It's the right way to put it.
It's like a shop tap.
And you know the revelation that he gets is that he should set her up with this guy.
Yep.
And then they go over and like they exchange numbers or whatever, right? That's what happens.
Emails.
And he's like,
equivalent.
oh yeah, it's like the.
Emails are like the only standardized form of communication that's like widely adopted. There's like XDC or XDCC and IRC, but those aren't standardized. There's also matrix.org now. There's a bunch of other shit too.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, and so he gives her the handkerchief, right? I thought it was a pretty cute like start to a rom-com. Now you didn't get very far with this one, but compared to a lot of them, it is very quick. And very to the point. Because the big thing with rom-coms, right, is that they hold off on like forever, right, to do anything. And
Yep.
pardon?
Yep.
Like that's the issue with rom-coms. That, in my personal opinion, is that like they really it's not that they're really rom-coms. It's more like that they're slice of lives more than anything else, you know. So yeah, well, okay. So what did you think of it overall? Like, did I describe the episode fairly
Yeah,
good
it's
enough
pretty
detail?
accurate.
So what did you think? What's your takeaway? Did you, like, what was the quality of it? What would you think about it?
I'd give it like maybe a 5 or a 6. Like it didn't do anything particularly special, but it wasn't. I've seen worse. Like literally everything we've seen has been worse. But that's kind of been the point, to be fair.
Right. Pretty cool, huh? So I mean, okay. So what'd you think of the main character?
He was the most entertaining part, straight up.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
I found him relatable in his problems, for reasons he probably shouldn't be. Mainly that. Holy shit! How did you do that? Holy crap! Dude, what the fuck? Just hide in the corner? I can't do anything because this game's FOV is like 90. Jeez.
And yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good start to a rom-com. Like, relatively, it seemed to be a lot faster. Like, this is it's pretty good, in my personal opinion.
Oh, what the fuck?
So, is there anything else you want to say about Ore
You're
Monogatari?
literally turning into the wall. Holy shit.
So, is there anything else you want to say about Ore Monogatari?
Oh, holy shit! How did I do that? What?
Is there anything else you want to say about Ore Monogatari? Or my story, is it?
No, not really.
Okay. Should we move on then?
I guess.
Also, who would you recommend this to, Adashir? Like, let's just go over the finale basics.
Literally nobody that has watched any of the things we've talked about, probably. I don't know. We don't normally talk about rom-coms on here. Or we haven't, so far.
Not really, no, yeah. We've talked
If
about...
anyone ever goes back and watches season 1, maybe people who watched Monogatari.
Oh,
If
yeah.
they ever find
That's not a
season
rom-com,
1,
though.
because I never uploaded the VODs.
It's a mystery, huh?
Yep.
Well, okay, so, the OP and the ED, I didn't think of them as particularly memorable. Would you
I
be...
thought the OP was awful, actually. Like, I literally couldn't stand it. ED was unmemorable.
Take that. Would you like them potatoes? Yeah. It's a sad day. So, yeah, I mean, that's probably fair. I agree on the
I wonder
ED
what
parts.
this is just playing around here.
Congrats. Yeah, so should move on to Tsundere Kids.
So you're cutting out a little bit.
So should
It's
move on.
very flickering.
Should we move on to Tsundere Kids?
I can't hear you at all.
Hello.
Rest
Hello?
in peace stream, maybe? That's not
I think it should be fine, right?
I sort
Hello?
of heard that.
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Leave the call and rejoin.
Hello? Oh, jeez. Hello? Disconnected. Oh, hello. I'm back, I think. Should be fine. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Am I back?
Yes, you are back.
Okay, so we've talked about Ori Monogatari a little bit. I think it takes a bit longer to get into it, to get into like the meat of the story. But that aside, it's still a decent discussion on it, I would say. So let's talk about Tsundere Kids, if that's okay with you. You okay there?
That's not the name of the series.
I can't pronounce it, Jack. I can't pronounce it. It's
I mean,
awful.
One of them was a tsundere.
Are you sure? I'm not even sure. I don't think so.
One of them acted like one.
Ish.
The first one. The first girl.
Oh, she was sort of like that, yeah. I thought she was more like cutesy with it. I didn't think she was actually proper Tsundere, you know?
Proper retard.
Yeah.
All Tsunsens are retards.
Alright,
Not
so
all retards.
yeah, so let's talk about Kids on the Block here. So what'd you think about like the first EP? It's 12 minutes, very short, very brief. Let's talk about like the OP let's talk about the OP just as a start. So what'd you think about the opening?
I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, it's not very memorable.
It started with the OP.
Are you actually in this game?
I didn't remember it at all. Sorry?
Are you in this game still?
Yeah. I've shot you like twice in the past 5 minutes.
I don't see anymore.
Oh, okay.
What happened? Oh jeez, why are you hiding?
Oh shit. Ew.
Oh, screw you. I thought I disconnected or something, dude.
No, you're fine.
Okay. The OP wasn't memorable, I agree. I don't think the ED is particularly memorable either.
I don't remember the ED either.
I think they'd even played the first episode actually, but
No, I didn't watch the first I didn't watch past that, as you know, so I wouldn't really
yeah.
I thought they did, I just don't remember.
Alright, so let's talk about the first couple of the show. Anything?
Oh yeah.
The first meetup in the snow and the, you know.
So the entire fucking episode was just 4 confessions back to back of completely different characters.
Yeah.
Were we given names for all the characters? I don't even remember.
I think it's not relevant.
I didn't keep track.
Yeah, I think they're referenced, right? But right. So, what'd you think of the first one?
Hold on, I'm taking machine gun fire. I need to take cover. Oh no, I'm dead. Alright.
Oh no, I'm dead. Alright, so right, so what'd you think about the first couple?
So the first couple, honestly, the only entertaining one, straight up, was like, it was legitimately good writing. I don't know what the fuck happened there. Like, someone
Really? That was the only legitimate, really entertaining one? That's quite bizarre.
Yeah, it's almost like it was what prompted the idea, probably.
I thought the first couple was the most dull one, actually. Why did you think they were entertaining? I thought it was quite a brief meeting as well. They didn't really...
Honestly, the only entertaining part was the line, what I wanted to tell you is that I want to meet you tomorrow. or whatever.
That was a cute way to end it, but I don't think past that there wasn't much in there.
No, there's absolutely nothing else in there.
Yeah, I thought they were like I thought it was kind of cute overall, but you know.
None of the other ones were interesting.
Really?
The line is fucking gold, straight up.
So, anyways, yeah. So, do you remember the second couple?
I would recommend just going up to people randomly in real life, like telling them, "Hey, can I meet with you tomorrow at this time in this place?" And then going up to them and saying, "All right, I wanted to ask you if I could meet you tomorrow at this time at this place," and then chain that up. Just chain that up as much as you can, and see where you can go with it. Just see what happens.
So you didn't find that you didn't find that particularly engaging.
6 or 7 people running at once with that, and then like see which ones will go to the craziest places at the craziest time.
You didn't find that exchange any engaging, right? Am I correct on that?
Anything else about the first exchange? No, not really.
Alright, so what was the second one? Do you remember? After that?
I don't remember. I remember the fourth one had a telescope. That's about it.
Alright, so let's start. Okay, do you remember the. So you only remember the telescope about the first episode of these 12 minutes.
Pretty much. What were the other characters?
Well, you had eye contact girl, I believe.
Eye contact? Girl?
Yeah. Dropped eye contact.
I don't remember.
Right, let me look this up real quickly.
Do I remember any of this episode? Holy shit. I don't remember the ED. I don't remember the OP. I don't remember the characters. I don't remember. There were 4 scenes.
Yeah, there were 4 scenes.
I remember
So.
like 1.5 of them.
So, what about the student council president and the blonde girl?
Student council president? I don't remember this at all.
He was really forceful, and she was like one of those bad girls. You know?
Oh, the fucking cigarette smoking one.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember this. I don't know. It kind of happened. Then it was done. And then I was done with it. I don't see myself ever thinking about it again, honestly, aside from this one particular statement I'm making right now.
See.
So I think, as a whole, pretty much everything was forgettable in this, except for that one line, because that one line, like, that's a great idea. I'm gonna do that. Ask to meet people so I can ask to meet them again.
A classic, right?
Not for romance, just to fuck with people.
Okay, man. I see.
Did you know you can auto-fire the machine gun?
I did know that.
Okay. It's the old thing. So next week I'll check back. I'll say, like, I'll try and contact with at least one person, ask them to do this and publish it on them. And then, like, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that seems solid. I'm sure you'll have fun doing it. Oh no! I lost. Indeed. Wrecked and erect.
You want to play a different game mode?
Sure. The flag?
Sky City.
Sky City.
Oh god.
No sessions found for me.
Host ended session. What?
Alright, so you didn't find anything particularly interesting there.
I think I might have done murder match.
Murder
match. Like that. Hold on. Let me end the game.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay, it's on now. Go again. There you go. Okay, I have no idea how to.
Alright.
I am I'm in a small ball.
Alright.
I'm
Do you
close
have
to
any recollection of the second scene? So,
I just fell out of the map.
in the second scene, there's this redhead, and then there's this weak little dude who's like getting teased a lot. Any recollection of that?
No?
She's just making fun of them
Not
all.
really.
No? Do we watch the same thing here?
I'm dead again.
Damn, son.
How am I able to hit? I'm gonna end the game and I'm able to hit chat. Good.
I see.
That's an option.
So, what mode are we in even?
This is murder the flag. It's like capture the flag, but they replace the word capture with the word murder.
I have no sessions found for that. I don't think I can.
You're still in the game.
Yeah, I know. If I exit, it'll just be a black screen, right?
What? Are you not playing right now?
I'm not in game, right?
You're not in the game?
No, I'm on the main screen. Murder Miners.
You're on my scoreboard.
I shouldn't be. It's kind of weird. Maybe it broke for me. Anyways, so I think it's a good place to end the Zenny, right? Because we've talked about Tsurezure kids and or Monogatari.
Tsurezure. Okay.
Right? Is it a fine? Do you think it's a fine place to end?
How good was Tsurezure?
You remembered about like,
Okay, given that I don't remember it being obsessively bad, it's probably better than some of the shit we've watched at least.
I'm not sure. You don't remember any of it. That's the thing.
You don't remember any of it?
Like, I remember plenty of it, but you don't remember any of it. So it's kind of like, there's not that much to talk about it. If like,
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
yeah, it's unfortunate.
People should break their spurs. That's the only real problem.
Of course. Well, I suppose this is as good a place as to end as any. We've been Murder Miners,
I'm not Mark.
and I'm not Kevin. We've had fun. Thank you for tuning in.
We played a bunch of Murder Miners. Is the game we were playing this week.
Yeah, if you can't see it on stream, that was Murder Miners.
It's definitely not the title screen or anything.
No, it's definitely not. And there you go. Murder Miners.
It's definitely not the title. All-Star and Waifu Warfare, Season 2, Episode 9.
Yep. Bye bye.
The police.
TOS, that was, or Twitch, that was a joke.